Hello. 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 Swiftly moving on from the last chapter, well I am, I mean this might be the first time you ever come across this, and you're thinking, what the heck? Where's the off button on the computer? It's him! Don't just turn it off, take it outside, throw it in the bin, pour petrol on it, set light to it. Ah! My eyes. I'm so sorry. It's been a silly morning and I ain't getting any more sensible. However, in a minute I will have to go because Scooby-Doo is coming on television in a minute. Where did I get to? Tulips. Oh yeah, so I'm Paul Murphy. That was me, and yes, it is upside down. See, there you are. I took the right way up. I should just point out, well, I shouldn't just point out, but I'll point it out in any case, because I've never got this down on record yet. But the idea of the covers of the books, so my Extremely Unlikely History of the World series, which ran to 3 books, it was a book in 3 parts. It was a single volume in three parts. The other 2 are cunningly titled Part 2 and Part 3, although Part 3 is actually called History of the United Kingdom because it covers the 4 United Kingdoms. So the idea was I was going to do the covers in a series. I don't have the other 2 to hand at the moment. So this was going to be the front cover. Well, this is the front cover of number 1. Can you see that there? I appear to have a halo. I don't know why. Soon, maybe. I got no idea why it's shining there. Right, so there. Can you see that? So I'm upside down there, but with the writing the right way up. The idea of that was people reading it on a train. So if you were reading it on a train, whoever sitting in the seat opposite you would see you reading this and go, he's reading that book upside down. Anyway, so that was the thing. And then the cover of Part 2, which goes from what comes after Netherlands, Nicaragua, I guess, which goes from Nicaragua down to New Zealand. That's right. Which book 2 goes from New Zealand to Zambia. On the cover of that one, I am the right way up, but holding the book upside down, and the book has got a cover of me the right way up on it. So it's doot, doot, doot. And then the 3rd volume was going to be me upside down, holding the book upright, with the cover of the book upside down, with a picture of me, and the upside down cover of the book was going to be a picture of me holding the book the right way up, with a picture of me on the front cover upside down. Can you imagine that? I don't know if you can picture that, but anyway. But I got bored after. I messed up the cover to book 2, so book 2 I think has got me the right way up, holding an upside down book, but on the book cover I'm the right way up. So, but that was the first idea that I had. If only I'd written it down on a piece of paper and then followed the instructions. Anyway, so we're on Netherlands, and we are doing a section on tulips. Does this mean the sun gone in? Is this the end of the world? If this is the end of the world, people go and hug your children. Don't sit around listening to me for your last few moments on this sceptred planet. Tulips. Almost 80% of the world's flower bulbs come from the Netherlands, and the highest cause of mortality in the country is from people sneezing themselves to death. The majority of the bulbs are tulips, of which as many as 3 million bulbs are produced. The majority of the bulbs are tulips, of which as many as 3 million bulbs are produced annually. Not all of these are exported as bulbs. Many are first made into cakes, picnic hampers, oil pipelines and mobile telephones. For a while, sales of the tulip phone were chasing those of the apple phone, with figures reaching as high as 1 on its first day of release, before tailing off. The popularity and cultivation of the tulip in the United Provinces, now the Netherlands, as if 2 names for a country weren't enough already, is generally thought to have started in earnest around 1593, when a man named Ernest ate some stray seeds and crapped out a Semper Augustus. As it wouldn't flush, he put it in his window box, meaning to take it to the river when it had cooled down. A passing neighbour, hence lying. It's funny on paper. sword and made inquiries. What is that in your window box, Ernest? It's a tulip. A tulip, you say? Yes, I did. Go back and read the last line if you don't believe me. Where did you get it from? From my from my aunt. It is very lovely. Does it have a smell? I'll say. It's on the window. Could you get me one? I would pay handsomely for such a bloom. Handsomely, you say? Yes, I did. Go back and read the last line if you don't believe me. I do believe that, and that I can provide you with one. Shall we say 50 guilders? Okay. Ernest and Hence together, 50 guilders. Hence, I can remember which way. So Hence is speaking that way, and Ernest is speaking that way. So, when is it likely to be here? Come back this afternoon, just after my coffee break. That is quick delivery. 4 cups of strong black will do that to you. Soon Ernest was being called upon by all the citizens of Arnhem and was producing several baskets a day and had a colon the size of a windsock to show for it. He took on labourers to help keep up with the demand, telling them the pay is great but the job is shit. He established a production line in a small building on a remote industrial estate, which helped shield the public from the screams of the team on the large bulb head varieties, and introduced the 4 hours on, 4 hours off shift pattern, i.e. 4 hours on the toilet, 4 hours off to the nurse for some KY jelly and an ice pack. After the Flemish botanist Carolus Clusius had taken up a post at the University of Leiden and had established the Hortus Academicus, the oldest botanical garden of the Netherlands, although at that point it was the youngest, he planted his collection of tulip bulbs and found that they were able to tolerate the harsher conditions of the Low Countries. And why not? If you And why not? And why not? If you can tolerate a 6-hour journey out of the intestine of an 18-stone Dutch docker, you can pretty much put up with anything. Shortly thereafter, the tulip began to bloom in popularity. Ho ho. The tulip was different from every other flower known to Europe at that time, with a saturated, intense petal colour that no other plant had, and the power of flight. However, domestication and inbreeding soon diminished the latter skill, and from 1600 onwards the tulip became a landlocked flower. In horticulture, tulips are divided up into 15 divisions, mostly based on flower morphology and plant size, and in the late 1590s, rectal damage potential. We shall get through this, as I said to the wife on that anyway. So, Division 1, single early, with cup-shaped single flowers no larger than 8 centimetres across, 3 inches. They bloom early to mid-season, growing 15 to 45 centimetres tall. Division 2, double early, with fully double flowers, bowl-shaped to 8 centimetres across. Plants typically grow from 30 to 40 centimetres tall, known for getting up in the middle of the night so as not to be late. NB, the double early is not to be confused with double penetration, unless you're using them specifically for that. Division 3, Triumph, single cup-shaped flowers up to 6 centimetres wide. Plants grow 35 to 60 centimetres tall and bloom mid to late season. Good singers. Division 4, Darwin Hybrid, single flowers, ovid in shape and up to 8 centimetres wide. Plants grow 50 to 70 centimetres tall and bloom mid to late season. Discovered on the Galapagos Islands, they survive by eating all the weaker tulips and evolving into a flower that could go to the supermarket and buy their own dinner. Division 5, single late. I'm sorry, I'm trying to cover myself up from the viewfinder though, I'm not having a lot of success. Single 8 cup or goblet shaded flowers up to 8 centimeters wide. Some plants produce multi-flowering stems. Plants grow 45 to 75 centimeters tall and bloom late season, as they can then get a chalet with an ensuite bathroom for a bargain price. Division 6, lily flower. The flowers possess a distinct narrow waist with pointed and reflex petals. Previously included with the Old Darwins, only becoming a group in their own right in 1958 after a lengthy legal battle that resulted in the bankruptcy of the Old Darwins, who also lost all royalties from their first 5 albums. Division 7, fringed, brackets crisper. Coming ready salted, cheese and onion and barbecue flavour. Once again, as I keep pointing out, most of the, well, obviously not the silly bits, but the basic facts of all these entries in this book are true. What I do is I went through history and etymology, and after I had etymology, I had some afters. I researched all the countries, and then I just took pertinent bits and spoofed it. But the basic facts are all true. There are 15 varieties, and whatever the name of that first academy was, that is truth. Let's carry on, because we're running out of time here. In more ways than one. Division 8, viridiflora, grow between 8 centimeters and 45 meters high. The latter bloom in panto season and are generally paired with a giant and a boy named Jack. Division 9, Rembrandt, generally considered one of the greatest visual tulips in the history of art. Notable works include The Storm on the Sea of Galilee, oil on canvas, Shooting Company of Franz Baningcock and William van Rooyencheck, oil on canvas, and Self-Portrait in Window Box, fertilizer on soil. Bloomed 15th of July 1606 to the 4th of October 1669. The date of birth and date of death of Rembrandt, you see? You learn a lot from these books, don't you? Mainly, don't click on a video that's got the word Paul Murphy in the title bar, I should imagine. Right, Division 10. There's only 4 more divisions to go, folks. Division 10, Parrot. Psittacomos tulipus, known for their beautiful plumage and desire for a cracker. Division 11, Double Late. Large, heavy blooms, they range from 18 to 22 inches tall and are the natural enemies of Division 2, Double Early. Division 12, Kaufmannia, the waterlip tulip. Wrong, the water lily tulip. Medium large creamy yellow flowers marked red on the outside and yellow at the centre. Fond of ice skating. Stems 6 inches tall, but their roots are 493 metres in depth, so they are never pulled up, as to do so would tilt the world off its axis by 6 degrees. Division 13, Fosteriana, brackets Emperor. Work extensively in cabaret, with occasional forays into serious drama. The tulip-only production of Eugene Ionesco's Rhinoceros at the Cleethorpes Empire in 1957 is classed as one of the greatest theatrical experiences of all time, more so since Ionesco didn't write the play until 1959. NB. Emperor, Cleethorpes Empire. Some of these are really subtle, aren't they? Division 14, Greigeli, scarlet flowers 6 inches across on 10-inch stems, foliage mottled with brown. Look good in lingerie. Division 15, Species, botanical, so called because they still make appearances in the rectum of some people. Abbreviation, bot, anus, medical. That works. Read it. It's a lot cleverer on paper than it is there. You see that? Botanical. Division 16, multi-flowering, not an official division. These tulips belong in the first 15 divisions, but are often listed separately because they have multiple blooms per bulb. I myself have given my missus multiple blooms from my bulb, fanar. Shall we go on to the windmill section? No, we've done 14 minutes here. You've been extremely patient with me if you've come all the way through here. I apologise for going off at tangents, but what can I say? My mother was a tan and my father was a gent, and it's just hereditary. Thank you so much for your time. Peace and love. You are very nice people. Love you.